Welcome back, and let's go into video number 3 of Original Medicare, Medicare Supplements, and Medicare Advantage plans. If you've watched the first and second videos, you know that we went through Medicare A and B and how to enroll in them and what they cost. We went through Medicare D and the donut hole and the confusing setup that is there with prescription drug coverage. But we've skipped Medicare Part C. So let's jump into Medicare Part C and Medicare Supplements, what they are, how they work, and which one might be right for you. So first, what I want to say is understand that one is not better than the other. When we look at how we enhance Medicare, we can do it in one of two different ways, either with a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. And again, one is not better than the other. It is two different ways of tackling the same problem, just for different needs for different people. My rule of thumb is when you are thinking about a Medicare supplement, this is for someone who generally is less tolerant of risk. Someone who might use their insurance more often, or someone who is going to travel more extensively. Now, why do I say that? Well, first understand when you get a Medicare supplement, that red, white, and blue paper Medicare card is going to be your original insurance. It's going to be your primary insurance. And so going back to our first video, Medicare Part A and Part B are going to cover its 80%, with the deductibles that we discussed, and that will be your first line of defense in regards to your insurance. With a Medicare supplement, you are simply buying an additional plan, an additional policy to cover what Medicare does not. So if we think of it, a Medicare supplement supplements what Medicare does not cover. Or a Medicare supplement is often referred to as a Medigap plan because it helps to fill in the gaps of original Medicare. So these plans, you're able to see any doctor, any hospital, anywhere. As long as they accept Medicare, they will accept your Medicare supplement. They are not allowed to refuse you treatment, which means you'll never have to worry about a referral. You'll never have to worry about networks. You'll never have to worry about prior authorizations or getting the insurance companies okay. You go where you want, when you want, how you want. So if you're going to be a snowbird and spend 3 months a year in Florida, spend 5 months a year in Arizona, you're going to travel the country, and you want a plan that you don't have to worry about if your doctor accepts it, a Medicare supplement is probably the plan for you. But I also said that it's appropriate for someone who is a high user of their policy. Now, why would I say that? Because with many of the Medicare plans out there, they will fill in next to all of the gaps of original Medicare. Now, they won't cover 100% of everything, but they will cover close to 100% of everything. And so with many situations, you could have a surgery and pay nothing, have a hospitalization and pay nothing. And so for someone who is using their plan a lot, that sort of coverage sounds certainly appealing. So what's the downside? Well, we can probably connect the dots. The plan that allows you to see anyone and covers close to everything is also going to be the expensive plan. For the state of Ohio, which is where I reside, most Medicare plans will cost someone turning age 65 somewhere between $100 to $150 a month. Now, depending upon which supplement you buy and which policy you choose, they'll fall somewhere in between those numbers. So do you really want to pay an extra $100 to $150 a month on top of what you're already paying to Medicare Part B? Because remember, back in video number 1, we talked about how Medicare Part B was going to have a cost to you. On top of that, though, a Medicare supplement just fills in the gaps of original Medicare. It doesn't cover your prescriptions, doesn't cover your dental, doesn't cover your vision. And so if you wanted prescription drug coverage, Part D, you would have to go out and purchase a standalone Part D plan. If you wanted dental, if you wanted vision, you would have to go out and purchase these plans on your own. So when you go with the original Medicare and a supplement, much of it is a la carte. You'll carry around your original Medicare card. You'll carry around your supplement card. If you get prescriptions, you'll have a prescription drug card and a dental card and a vision card. So it can be confusing having all of those in your purse or in your wallet. But nonetheless, it will give you the freedom and flexibility of choosing your own doctor, not worrying about referrals, and having next to nothing out of pocket when you choose your plan. The other option is Medicare Part C, otherwise known as a Medicare Advantage plan, or the way that I like to think of it, a Medicare replacement plan. Now, why do I call it a Medicare replacement plan? Well, because in this example, you will no longer show that red, white, and blue paper Medicare card. You won't have to, because you don't get your Medicare through the federal government anymore. See, when you choose a Medicare Advantage plan, or again, a Medicare replacement plan, a private insurance company is replacing your Medicare. Don't worry, you'll still have Medicare. You just won't get your Medicare through the federal government. You will get your Medicare through a private insurance company. So when you enroll into a Medicare Advantage plan, you're telling the federal government, yes, I still want Medicare. I just don't want the government to be my insurance company. I'd much rather have Humana or Aetna or Medical Mutual or whatever Medicare Advantage company is available in your county as your insurance company. Now let me make sure that we're clear. With Medicare Advantage plans, they vary county to county. So while we're going to talk in high levels about plans today, it in no way, shape, or form is going to mean that these options are available in your specific county. Because while here in the greater Columbus area, there are about a half a dozen, actually 9 carriers that do Medicare Advantage plans, there are other parts of the state and other parts of the country where you may only have 1 or 2. So let's talk a little bit deeper as to how the Medicare Advantage plans work. So we understand that with a Medicare Advantage plan, your Medicare is being replaced by a private insurance company. So what that means is, again, you don't show that red, white, and blue paper Medicare card. So what do you show? Well, you simply just show your insurance card. And so your prescriptions, sometimes your dental, your vision, and your medical will oftentimes be all in one card. You see, because many Medicare Advantage plans not only cover your medical, they will also include your prescriptions, they can include dental, and they can include vision all in one card. Check and see what's available in your county, but oftentimes plans will cover all of those under one umbrella. So what's the downside? An all-in-one card that covers everything? Well, the first thing that you need to be aware of is that a Medicare Advantage plan oftentimes is going to have a network. HMO plans will make you stay in network. PPO plans may allow you to go out of network for additional costs. But very rarely will you be able to find a plan that allows you to see any doctor, any hospital without any restrictions. Many times that means you're also going to need to get referrals or prior authorization, or the insurance company's okay before you can get procedures done. You also will most certainly have some out-of-pocket costs. A Medicare Advantage plan in many situations works like the insurance you had when you worked for your employer or when you got insurance on an individual basis, meaning that there are copays, there are deductibles, there are out-of-pocket costs, and there are maximums out-of-pocket costs. So unlike the Medicare supplement where many things are covered at 100%, with a Medicare Advantage plan, expect everything having some sort of cost. You might go to the doctor and it'll only be $5 or $10, but it'll be $5 or $10 every time you go to the doctor. You'll have a copay when you go to your specialist. It could be $30 or $40. You'll have copays when you go to the ER, deductibles when you go to the hospital. You will have additional out-of-pocket costs. So why would someone choose that plan? Well, because with a Medicare Advantage plan, many times these are offered at no additional monthly cost. Now, I didn't say free, and I don't want you to think it's free, because you're still going to pay that $148 to Medicare Part B that we talked way back about in video 1. But that $148 now gets sent to the insurance company on your behalf. The federal government's cost for Medicare Part A gets sent to that insurance company on your behalf. So the insurance company is being paid by you and the federal government through your Part A and Part B. That's why with many of these plans, there will be no additional cost to you. And so the question you need to ask yourself is, would you rather pay an additional $100 to $150 a month for a supplement to be able to see anyone, go anywhere, and pay next to nothing when you use it? Or would you rather save that $100 to $150 a month with a Medicare Advantage plan? And what you're going to give up in return is you're going to have a network of doctors and hospitals, you're going to have copays, you're going to have deductibles, you're going to have out-of-pocket expenses. Now, many people then ask, well, why wouldn't I just choose the cheap plan and transition down the road? And that's a great thought. And you can make switches in certain situations. First, if you choose the Medicare supplement and you decide that you want to go to the Medicare Advantage plan, there will never be any issues. As long as you make that change during open enrollment, you will be able to make that switch from a Medicare supplement to a Medicare Advantage plan and have no issues whatsoever. Because if you really think about it, you're kind of downgrading coverage. You're going from very comprehensive coverage and any doctor that you want to a plan that has copays and networks. And so the insurance companies will allow you to downgrade. But what happens if you want to upgrade? What happens if you want to go from the Medicare Advantage plan to the Medicare supplement? Well, you can do that in one of two situations. The first situation is after your first year. You can try a Medicare Advantage plan for 1 year. And after that first year, if you don't like it, you've tried it and it didn't work out for you, you can make a switch to a supplement, no questions asked. They will not ask a medical question. However, if you have a Medicare Advantage plan for more than a year, the insurance companies are going to ask medical questions. And as long as you answer no to all of the insurance companies' medical questions, they will allow you to make that switch. However, if you answer yes to questions like I've had a heart attack, I had a stroke, I have insulin-dependent diabetes, they reserve the right to decline your switch. And the reasoning is kind of obvious. They don't want someone to have the cheap plan until they get diagnosed with cancer and then switch to the plan that covers 100% of everything. It's not quite fair. So as long as you're healthy, after year 1, you can make that switch, but you want to make sure that you make that switch before you have any major medical events happen. Otherwise, the insurance company does reserve the right to decline your switch. I know that's a lot of information, and there's a lot more information to go into. What types of supplements? What types of Advantage plans? And we will try to delve into those in future videos, but for today we wanted to make sure that we gave you all the understandings of Medicare A, Medicare B, Medicare D, and how we enhance Original Medicare. Hopefully you found this video educational. Hopefully you'll share it with your friends and family, because trust me, I get this topic requested more than anyone out there. So thanks for watching. I'm Mike Kateri with MyInsuranceClassroom.com. And remember, there are only benefits if you get something out of it.